Hello, this is Scott Churchson from the Sports Den, and welcome to Spanglish Sports World Network on Zingo TV 250 and 249. Please remember to download the Zingo TV app on the app stores of iOS and Android devices. When you download, please make sure to rate and leave a comment. Both apps are free. Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Fire TV sticks, Roku and Roku sticks, and all smart TVs 2016 and forward. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great day out there. This is the Sports Den. Alongside me, as always, is Mr. Robert Stats. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing today?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Dig in the background there. And Mr. Obi Schottenfeld, Mr. Obi Spencer, how are you, man?
Oh, I am fantastic. It's my anniversary today. So
I was going to say yes. So you want to give a shout out? Actually, you probably should give a shout out.
Absolutely. Happy anniversary, dear Erica. Love you, babe.
So how many years are we talking now?
19 years.
19. Jeez.
19 years, yes.
So, good on you guys, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So and basically 75 more. So you got what 56 years to get like the diamond anniversary, 75 years. So keep at it. You're on the way.
Yeah, so she already got a diamond. One was enough.
Okay, good. I'm not getting between that part.
That's 18 years and 10 months better than my longest relationship ever. So
okay, well,
all right.
Hey, no judgment. 2 months. Wow, I thought I was. The things you learn from your co-host.
I would prefer that.
Well, maybe I'll edit that part out.
Fun fact that their relationship ended the day before Valentine's Day. That was one of the best breakups ever. Like she saved me $60. I was on my way to get flowers and stuff, and she's like, "I don't think this is gonna work." I'm like, "You don't have to tell me twice."
Girl I was dating for a while dumped me 2 weeks before my birthday to start dating a coworker who worked at Walmart. Yeah, this was 20 some years ago, but oh my God, it took forever to get over that one. So anyway, this is the Sports Den where we talk about our feelings and basically whatever romantic situations we've had and the pain that comes with it. Occasionally, if we work in the time, we will also be doing sports trivia because it's been a little while since we've done that. We're going to be spending a lot of time on trivia today. Basically, we've got Obi and we've got Rob, and I've got currently right now about 18 questions set up across 3 different categories in baseball, football, and also NBA. And it's centered around Hall of Fame players or players that you know that played for teams that you forgot they played for. So I'm focusing a lot of my attention on that. And I want to see how you guys do. If you have stories, if you have anecdotes, you have any of that stuff, please by all means mention it. This show is also available to be seen on Twitter at SSW Sports Den and also on Facebook at Spanglish Sports Den. So in this particular case, I will give it over to Obi because it's your anniversary. So congratulations on that. Like I said, we have 3 different categories here. We have 6 questions in each category. So we have baseball, we have football, and we also have MLB. Questions 1 through 6. Sir, floor is yours. What would you like?
Let's try baseball.
Okay. Any number in particular, 1 through 6?
Let's do 3.
Go over number 3.
Make
okay.
it harder for you to keep track of it all.
That's fine. I got a system on this. I think we'll be okay. Okay. Trevor Hoffman is the only pitcher in MLB history, aside from Mariano, with 600-plus saves, 16 years with San Diego, and ultimately finishing with Milwaukee. However, he played 28 games with this team in 1993 before being traded to the Padres. Do you know what team it was?
Is it the Astros?
No, sir. Rob, you want to take a crack at it?
Oh no, I knew he was with the Brewers and the Padres.
Yep.
The Atlanta Braves?
No, sir. The Florida Marlins. He was taken in the expansion draft as a then unknown team in 1993. Nobody had any idea what a Florida Marlins were. So, yeah, and this particular case, that's where he started his career. He went 2-2, 3.28 ERA, and then was shipped out to San Diego, and the rest is history at that point. Okay, so nobody got that one. All right. So we are going to get rid of that guy right there. All right, Rob, moving over to you, sir.
Let's do NFL number 2.
NFL number 2. Okay. Franco Harris, 4-time Super Bowl winner, Hall of Famer, and of course, catcher of the Immaculate Reception. In 1984, he finished his career with what team?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the Raiders.
No, sir. Obi, how about you?
I'm
These questions will get easier, I think.
Okay, because I'm just going to take a stab at a ridiculous team for Franco Harris to be on. Why not the New York Jets?
Fair. Actually, Rob would be closer. Seattle.
Yeah, okay.
He played 8 games with Seattle in 1984 and called it a career there. Okay, so that was 1984. So in this case, I would have actually remembered him playing for that team, but probably wouldn't have appreciated it at that point because I was too young, because I was 7, 8 at that point. But all right, so far we are 0 for 2, which is probably how I would have done if I actually had thrown it at me. So let's not give you any judgment here. Obi, it's back to you, sir.
Well, let's round it out and take the NBA and we'll go question 3.
Question 3. All right. Okay. This one you might do. Okay. Michael Jordan.
Wizard.
We're getting to that. It's not quite that easy, but good answer. Michael Jordan played 9 years for the Bulls, retired to play baseball, and team up with Looney Tunes. Played 4 more years, retired, and finished with 2 years in Washington as a player and owner, first of its kind. What year did he start playing for Washington?
2002.
Rob?
2001.
There it is. But I was debating. It's like, do I give it to him? It's technically could be right. I'll give Rob a shot. If he says something like 1983, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it to Obi.
No, I had a feeling Obi went a little too high because I was like, I knew he wasn't out of the league that long, and I was doing the math for The Last Dance in my head. I'm like, okay, 3 for the second one, and then he was out, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, he didn't come back that late. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're right, because you know what I did? I did all the math right, but forgot to subtract that the year begins.
Like I said, you were close with that one, so I was debating what to do there. But I remember it was weird in that point because nobody had ever been a player owner before. Player coach was on its way out. Granted, never really happened that often. But player owner, the NBA didn't really know what to do with it. He still put up solid numbers, but it was such a smart marketing move as an owner because he knew what kind of a brand he was. And he sold tickets to a franchise that frankly needed the ticket sales. So just seeing MJ in a different uniform put up decent numbers, their ticket sales skyrocketed, not just there, but everywhere across the country. So, 2 years there, 2001 through 2003. All right, Rob, you're up 1-0 right now. What's next for you?
To MLB for 8. Do we do 8? We can do 8, right?
Actually, there's 6, so I can get.
6. I'm sorry, 6.
I can make up an 8 if you want me to.
6. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, there's 18 questions. I'm like, wait, no, there's 6 for each category. 6, yeah.
No, I could ask basically, what Hall of Famer that played for the Yankees actually has a birthday tonight. Reggie Jackson, by the way. Huh. Anyway, what number you want, bud?
6.
Number 6. Okay. And I'm going to give a bonus point if you can pull it off too. Ryan Sandberg played 15 years with the Chicago Cubs, was a 10-time All-Star, 9 Gold Gloves, and also was an MVP in 1984. However, he played 13 games with what team that he would later manage?
The Philadelphia Phillies?
So easy. How you just bonus point on that?
Okay. Now, when he was traded with another player who also managed the Phillies. Can you give me the guy that he was traded with?
I feel like he traded with Joe Girardi?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I have no idea.
You want to take a shot at that one?
Was it the manager who they won the World Series under?
Maybe.
That's the name I want to say, but I cannot think of his name.
Was it Mike Scioscia?
No,
he was the Angels, right?
Yeah, he was the Angels 2002. And then nothing for that team ever since. So he did win a World Series with the Phillies also. But Larry Boa.
Boa, that's who.
Boa and Ryan Sandberg were traded for Ivan de Jesus. And yeah, I know, because there was no spot for Ryan Sandberg because Mike Schmidt was there. So he was kind of blocked, and the trade went over. And of course, the rest is history in this particular case. But yes, Ryan Sandberg played 13 games with the team. He got his first hit with them too. So, okay, where was I? So, nobody for that one. All right, Mr. Obadiah, back to you, sir.
All right, in honor of the play-in tournament, we'll go NBA number 1.
NBA number 1. Okay. Dennis Rodman is best known for his time with the Bulls, but he actually played with 2 teams prior and 2 teams after. Can you name 3 of those teams?
Well, obviously, there's Detroit.
There's 1.
I believe he was on that Phoenix group. And let's see. The Knicks, because why not say the Knicks and before?
It's always the Knicks, right?
Yeah. And he must have come from somewhere small. Milwaukee.
Rob, do you want to give it a shot?
Started with Detroit, went to San Antonio where he became the Worm. And I know he definitely played for the Lakers because he wore number 73. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember the 4th team, like who the 4th team was though. Because he went from the Lakers to, it was some obscure team, I think. I don't remember.
It was the more or less then kind of unknown Dallas Mavericks. He played 12 games at the end of his career in 2000 with them. But yes, you did get the first 3, Detroit, San Antonio, and then he played with the Lakers for literally 23 games and then played an even dozen games, just 12 games with Dallas. I don't remember if that was when he was married to Carmen Electra, however, because that was a marriage that didn't quite last, but it's a Hollywood marriage. Okay. So, Rob, you're currently winning pretty well here.
3-0.
Don't jinx me.
Yes, you're up by a field goal. So.
I haven't gotten any of these right, so I thought Wizards was the answer to NBA, but
I can't make it that easy, But I do have some in that vein, which actually could be interesting. But all right, Rob, still going with you.
Let's do NBA number 6.
NBA number 6. Okay. All right. Wilt Chamberlain is best known for scoring 100 points in a game, averaging 50 points in a season, and being the only player in NBA history to score 4,000 points in a season. In 1961, when he scored 4,029. However, what non-college, non-NBA team did he professionally get his start with for a single season? And ironically enough, also had his uniform number retired with that team.
Non-college, non-NBA team.
Yes.
The Harlem Globetrotters?
Nice. He played a single season with the Harlem Globetrotters in 1959, and they later retired his number.
Nice. That was like kind of a red. I was like, what? That's the only non-college and pro team I could actually think of. I was like, I was thinking, I'm like, it wouldn't be the Generals.
No, it was the team that Generals always played against.
Well, that's what it would have been a better question had it been the Generals.
Fair, yes, but no, it was, like I said, I found a couple of pictures from that. That was 1959. The rest was later on history at that point in many different ways. But he dropped out of college. He didn't want to actually wait it out. And back then the rules stipulated that you could not sign with the NBA unless you finished college or played some sort of professional league. So he played with the Harlem Globetrotters for a single year. And then from there, signed. And that was the end of it. So, all right, Obes.
Let's go NFL number 6.
Okay. NFL number 6. Oops. Actually, you know what? I made a mistake, and I apologize. I have 7 baseball and only 5 football. That is on me. I apologize for that.
I will take number 7 from baseball since that's the one known for that set.
I am really surprised I did that. Wow. All right, we're going to learn from that one. Anyway, oopsie. So we apologize for any inconvenience. All right, so number 7 on MLB. Duke Snider played 16 years with the Dodgers, both in Brooklyn and LA. Gil Hodges also spent 16 years playing for the Dodgers in both cities as well. However, in 1963, both the players reunited to play for what team?
Pittsburgh Pirates?
Rob?
The New York Mets?
There it is.
From above, because Duke Snider was my grandfather's favorite player.
Fair.
And I knew where he finished his career.
Actually, no, he did not finish his career with the Mets.
Oh, yeah?
He finished it with San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
But he played with the Mets in this case because the Mets needed the PR. So they brought in Snyder. They brought in Gil Hodges, who played a couple seasons there. But Gil Hodges played 11 games with the Mets in 1963 before retiring. Duke Snider played for the season. And then, like I said, finished his career with for such a long period of time, the crosstown rivals to the Brooklyn Dodgers, the San Francisco Giants. So
yes, because there's also
go ahead.
There's another, I might spoil it, so I'll save it for later. There's another trivia thing that relates to him with that and someone else.
I have nothing more when it comes to Gil Hodges.
Is there a Darryl Strawberry question in there?
No, there is not.
Okay, because that was I knew he played for all 3 of the original New York teams, and then Darryl Strawberry became the first player to ever play for all 4 of the original New York teams when he joined the Yankees.
Can you tell me what year Darryl Strawberry played for San Francisco, though?
That was after, because he got traded to the Dodgers first from the Mets.
Which broke my heart as a kid.
Yeah, and that was like 89 or 90. So I want to say like 92.
Yeah. It was 90. Hang on a second. I think it was 94.
94?
Yeah, it was 94.
94. I knew it was early 90s.
Yeah, by that point, I kind of lost interest in baseball and the Mets because growing up a Mets fan, and then Keith Hernandez was gone, everybody was gone, Gary Carter was gone, Ron Darling was on his way out. And then it just became a different team. And I've lost the passion that I had for all of these players that I grew up with. My wife gives me crap for this all the time because she's like, you'd never change your team. But I grew up, like I said, being a fan of Keith Hernandez, being a fan of Darryl, being a fan of Dwight Gooden and all the rest of them. So when these players went to different teams, not Dwight Gooden, that was later, I lost interest because the players that I had emulated badly when I was playing Little League were suddenly somewhere else. When you have no forearms, you should not ever do the Darryl Strawberry swing where the bat is forward. Your swing is so slow, but I learned that the hard way, which is why I platooned in right field for most of my Little League career. Anyway, yes. So there's no more Darryl Strawberry questions, but yes, he was the first player to play for all 4 in this particular case. So, okay. Obi, back to you, sir.
No,
it's me.
No,
okay.
You're right. Boy, I'm botching this royally here, aren't I? Ruby.
NFL number 3, is that on there?
Let me take a look. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Tony Dorsett, 11 years in Dallas, 12,000 yards rushing, Super Bowl 12 winner. Ended his career in 1988 with what team?
The LA Rams or the Rams?
Obi for you. Well,
Minnesota Vikings.
Nope. It was a Dan Reeves team, which, ironically, we talked about this a little bit last week when it came to the conversation about Tommy Maddox bouncing around from wherever Dan Reeves went.
The Broncos?
Yeah. So nobody gets in this case. I can't do it that way, but he did do respectively. I mean, he had 703 yards, 5 touchdowns. And ironically enough, in the original Tecmo Bowl, which is still holding up today, he played for the Denver Broncos for the original first Tecmo Bowl, which was bizarre as heck. I know, because I got the NES Classic and I looked at it. It's like, I forgot he played for them. So.
As did we, apparently.
What's that? Well, yeah. Well, like I said, you knew him from Dallas for so long, especially, growing up in New York as a Giants fan. That was in the Danny White era, too, which nobody really remembers Danny White in Dallas anyway. All right, Obi, back to you.
Let's go with football number 1.
We have number 1. Okay. We've mentioned this one before.
No. Definitely going to not get it.
Aside from the USFL, what team did Steve Young play for that he was deemed a bust before going to the 49ers?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
There it is. Yes. 49ers took a flyer on him because they thought, you know what, maybe he's got something. They might, and then he became the apparent to Joe Montana, pushed him out, which was bizarre as heck. But he had some level of notoriety, if you go back far enough, with the LA Express. So he played for them with the USFL for a couple of seasons. USFL closed up shop in '85, which also broke my heart at that point too. And yeah, the rest is history. He stayed in San Francisco and won a few more Super Bowls with Jerry Rice. So,
yep.
So cool. So we are about only 15 minutes in. Boy, we're making good progress on this one. So, Rob, how about you, sir?
NBA number 5.
NBA number 5. Yeah, I think you got this one. Ferdinand Lou Alcindor Jr. is better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He starred in Airplane, danced in Dancing with the Stars, and once lost a fight to Bruce Lee in the 1972 film Game of Death. 3 times he averaged over 30 points in a game. What team did he accomplish it with?
Probably off on this, so I'm going to say when he was in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yep. Because most people remember him for his time with the Lakers.
I figured when he was in Milwaukee, he was more the star, where the Lakers had a lot more talent around him, and it was a little bit harder to average 30 when everybody was dropping like 15 to 20.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all-time great superstar.
Yes. You know, that skyhook, and I remember basically TBS being like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on TBS. Yep. People also kind of forget this, but he also had a cameo in the 1998 movie Basketball, because Robert Vaughn, the evil villain, had everything to his collection, Ty Cobb bat, all this kind of stuff. And he literally had Kareem on display. So Kareem, just non-speaking cameo, he just sat in a little tiny glass box in a chair. And then at the end, you just see him clocking out with a punch card. It was this entire scene in the film. I love that movie. Such an underrated movie too. We never actually talked about that as an obscure sport. We got to do that at some point. So, all right, Obi, back to you, sir.
NBA number 1.
Actually, we did number 1 already.
2.
Number 2, we did not do. Okay. So, Charles Barkley played for 3 teams across 16 years. Can you name the 3 teams?
Why has it got to be 3? Because I can name 2 of them for sure.
Name the exact number of points that he got every single season. Multiply that by the number of rebounds. Divide that by the number of assists, and then multiply that by his anniversary date in actual statistical in base 6.
So the 2 give me for 76ers, and then he played with. In Phoenix with Scotty. Was he? No, because he would have won a championship if he was there. Did he try to finish up at the Lakers? Let's go with the Lakers. Try to get a title at the Lakers.
So
no.
What was your 3 again?
He said the Sixers, the Suns, and the Lakers. It's the 76ers, the Phoenix Suns, and the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
Because it was the,
you were on the right track. Were you talking about Scottie Pippen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pippen.
Yeah.
I mean, I do go with. I'm a fan of Meatloaf. He did have the classic 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Not my favorite song from him. Found too slow and depressing, but yeah, not bad. But yeah, Rob took that one too. If you want, do you want me to start making them harder for him?
No. That one, I will say I feel like the ones he stole from me have been great, but the ones that he got that I didn't have a chance to, it's like he got those ones plus the steals. So he's winning. There's no question about it.
I can say I can make some of these ridiculously hard too.
No, it's all right. They're ridiculously hard enough.
All right. Well, all right. So right now we got to just mention this. We got about 30 minutes left at this point. You can always find us on Twitter at SSW Sports Den and also at Spanglish Sports Den on Facebook. This is the Sports Den. Alongside me is Mr. Rob Stats and Mr. Obi Spencer. Well, again, happy anniversary to you and your wife. 19 years, man. So pantomime clap in this case. Background actor, pantomime clap. But yeah, 19 years. Next year is 20. I believe that's what, the China anniversary?
I think in my house it's going to be the Paris anniversary, but whatever.
Oh, not bad either, though. But in this time next year, probably the COVID will be lifted. Quarantine will be done. So I think in this case, you've got something there. Not bad. Not bad. Have you guys ever been?
No. That's why she's making me take her.
Making you take her. No, dude, you're taking her because you love her. You want to treat her right to a once in a lifetime trip that she's never been on.
Yes, that.
Yes.
Like it started off so good. He's like, "Oh, we're going to Paris. I'm taking her to Paris." He's like, "They're just making me take her to Paris."
She's making me fucking go. Oh God, And basically, by making me, I mean, making me try to say no. Yeah.
It's like you're taking me to Paris, or I'm taking half. It's like, okay, we're going to Paris.
No. It's not that. It's just that she's choosing where we are going. I would have other places I would prefer. I have no problem going to Paris. I'm excited to be going, but it was definitely her choice.
Let me say this. I was not initially enthused about going to London 3 years ago. It was where Robin wanted to go. It was her place. And I'm like, okay, cool. Never been to Europe. Fine. Fell in love with it royally, unexpectedly. The same could happen to you because it is such a different energy, a different different vibe, different ambiance, that you could fall in love with it and not even expect to. So just saying, it happened to me, it could happen to you.
In our history of traveling places, it is more likely that she will fall in love with a place that I said, let's go to, than I have fallen in love with places that she has said, let's go. I'm not saying I've hated places that she's loved or she thought I would love, but I have picked more both of us winners than she has.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
but she, if we go at the right time of year,
sure,
it'll be great. Great.
Yeah, basically spring, May, June kind of a thing isn't bad there.
Yeah.
How you felt? Très bien. So, very cool.
The food's good. It's definitely
Yes, absolutely. It's healthier than it is here for the most part.
Yeah.
Even like McDonald's is healthier over there. Go figure. So, okay. Anyway, so continuing on at this point, we currently have 2 NFL questions left, 1 NBA question, and also a chock full of 4 MLB questions left. Rob, I think it's yours. Am I correct?
Let's finish off NBA then.
Finishing off NBA. All right. Gary Payton spent 18 years in the NBA, 13 with Seattle. What actress who is married to a former NFL player stars in the first TV show he ever did, and what season was it?
Wait, what was it? Repeat that question.
Gary Payton spent 18 years in the NBA with Seattle. Okay. What actress who's married to a former NFL player stars in the first TV show he ever got an IMDb credit for, and what season was it? Actually, no. I can give you the answer to that, but actually, what team did he win a championship with?
The Miami Heat.
There you go. Okay.
I was gonna say, was the show Martin?
No, but you're not far off. No, it was Hanging with Mr. Cooper, if you remember that show.
Yes, I do. Yes. Oh, and it's Holly. Is it Holly Robinson Pete?
There you go. Holly Robinson Pete, who is best known for 21 Jump Street. Yes, she was on that show also as number 2 on the call sheet. But yeah, it was season 4 in this case here. But yes, the real question was, what team did he win it with? And like you said, it was the Miami Heat. So
I actually remember Rodney Pete, they televised him proposing to her.
Really?
On the show. Yeah, he was like, he showed up and it was like at the end of an episode, like they broke fourth wall and everything. Or he may have been on as a character or something. And it ended up being the end of the episode and he proposed to her, like, and it was a big thing. It was on air, like at the end of that episode.
It's not uncommon. Sometimes when they're involved in things like that. Julia Roberts ironically did an episode of Law and Order. And it's like, why? Because she was dating Benjamin Bratt at the time. And so that sort of thing happens, but you're like, why is she doing a one-off episode? Anyway, Obi, you were going to say something?
No, I was just remembering Ahmad Rashad, his proposal.
Yes.
That one was on.
Now, can you give me what her original name was prior to that? before it's Felicia Rashad. It was in the first season of The Cosby Show.
Yeah, and for several seasons, she hyphenated it.
Mm-hmm. It was Felicia Rashad for the most part, though.
Ahmad? No, he's Ahmad.
Yeah, he's Ahmad Rashad. Felicia Ayers Allen in the first ever season of The Cosby Show.
Okay.
Which,
I knew it was hyphenated.
Yeah, props on that. But it was weird seeing it the first time because I had no idea. You know, as a kid, it's just Felicia Rashad. So I'm like, who the hell is Felicia Ayers Allen? So, but anywho, all right. So we have now finished off at this point the NBA. We have 2 NFL questions left, and also, like I said, 4 MLB questions. Obi, what would you like, sir?
Let's see if my luck changes on MLB.
All right. So we have 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Let's go 5.
Okay. Hammer and Hank Aaron played 21 years with the Braves between their time in Milwaukee and Atlanta, batting .310 with 733 home runs. However, his last 2 years were spent with the Brewers. How many home runs did he hit?
Can you repeat the question so I can do the math?
By the way, I screwed up the question, which is why I'm flipping it on the fly. Hammer and Hank Aaron played 21 years with the Braves between their time with Milwaukee and Atlanta, batting .310 and with 733 home runs. His last 2 years were spent with the
23.
What's that?
23.
Rob?
20?
22.
20. Oh.
733 and 750.
5, not 750.
Yeah. The question was supposed to be, and this was on me too, what team did he spend the last 2 seasons of his career with? In this case, it was Milwaukee, because originally it was the Milwaukee Braves, then Atlanta, and back with the Brewers again, where he hit the final 2 home runs. I screwed up the question, but at the end it didn't matter anyway. So, cool.
No, I did.
Obi's like, I would have got it right.
I would have got it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Okay, Rob, how about you, sir?
Dealer's choice in MLB, whichever one you want.
All right. Let's go with number 1. Pedro Martinez is best known for his time with the Red Sox and 4 years with the Mets, but he ended his career respectively playing 9 games for what team?
Well, I know he started at the Expos, but I don't even think the Expos were around at that point. I think they were defunct. The Dodgers?
Obi?
Braves?
The Phillies. He ended his career
okay.
2009 of the Phillies. He went respectively, as he did 5-1 record with a 3.63 ERA. Ironically, this was also in 2009, right on the heels of when they won the World Series the prior year. And he would be facing the Yankees in 2009 also. He wasn't on the roster, but his team did when they lost the World Series the last time the Yankees won. So, all right. Obi, like I said, 2 MLB and 2 NFL left.
Well, let's stick with dealer's choice, but go NFL.
All right. Number 4. O.J. Simpson racked up 10,000 yards rushing over 9 seasons with Buffalo, including the first 2,000-yard season in history. However, between his time with the Bills and ending up in 3 Naked Gun movies and other things that ended up on television we're not going to talk about, he finished his career with this team rushing for just over 1,000 yards over 2 seasons and 6 total touchdowns. Do you know what the other team was?
San Francisco 49ers.
There it is, sir. So, yeah.
I would not have gotten that.
Oh, wow. You couldn't pick that one. I could say a steal and everything.
See, you can't say stuff like that. It's like, I would have gotten that. It would have been that was an easy one. What are you talking about?
Not easy. It's one of the things I knew. I mean, I knew where he went to San Fran. I don't know a lot apparently, but that one.
No, you're doing fine. You probably you might have done better than I did. I don't know, but it's funny when you see him in a 49er uniform.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look natural, So, all right, Rob, how about you?
We'll finish up NFL.
All right. Deion Sanders played both MLB and NFL for 5 different teams in the NFL and 4 teams in baseball. Now, 2 of those cities in his career, he played for both sports. What are the 2 cities he played both sports in?
Atlanta. He played for the Falcons and the Braves.
Yes.
And Dion played for the Falcons. Can't be Dallas because Dallas doesn't have a baseball team.
That is correct, sir. Also correct.
San Francisco, the Giants, and the 49ers?
Yes. He played one season with the Giants in 1995.
I knew like the Dallas one almost, I was like, wait, Dallas doesn't have a team. And I knew, I just saw footage of him like when he had come back and he played for Cincinnati. And I'm like, there's no way he ever played for the Bengals.
No, he didn't.
So it was like that video, that Cincinnati video just saved me that I saw like 3 days, like a week ago.
But it was weird because he played for the 49ers in 94 and he played for the Giants in 95. So, but now as a question on this, can you name the other teams he played for in both sports? Just no points in this. Just see what you can do.
Well, it was four. He said it was Giants.
Let's start with. Excuse me. Let's start with.
Named them all.
Yeah, I think I just did name them all.
Yeah, he did.
You did not name all the teams in the NFL. Let's start there.
It was Falcons, 49ers, the Cowboys. Was it 4 teams in the NFL?
There's 5 teams.
Oh.
You got one NFC team left and one AFC team left.
So
like I said, this isn't for points. This is just out of
No, he didn't play. Yeah, it wasn't Cincinnati. He didn't play for Cincinnati.
Right, that was baseball. San Francisco, Atlanta, the Cowboys.
Who did he? Oh, Washington. He played for the Redskins. Because is that who he finished his career with?
No, it isn't. But that's the last NFC team. Yes, he played 2 seasons with an AFC team. I'm looking at it right now, though.
Feels like the Raiders.
What was that?
Is it the Raiders?
Nope, not quite.
AFC team. Trying to think. I know it wasn't a New York team. It definitely wasn't on Miami. I would remember that. Trying to think of who is like a semi-decent team. Oh, is it the Baltimore Ravens?
There it is. 2 seasons.
I had to think. I was like, who's he been with? Because I knew I was like, he had to go to a semi-contender or something. Mm-hmm. Like he wasn't going to a bum team.
Yeah, he played with Baltimore in 04 and 05 as well. So now, can you name the baseball teams?
How many were there?
4.
The Braves, the Reds, the Giants, and I believe did he play for the Yankees?
Yes,
he did. He started his career with the Yankees and had an inside the park home run with them.
Definitely played for the Yankees.
Yeah,
that's because I knew he played for. That was doing the math on that was actually kind of easy because I'm like, I know he didn't play for the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Dallas didn't have a team, and I know he didn't play for either one of the New York teams. So I'm like, okay, I just got to plug in the rest of these random teams that he played for.
You know, it's funny on YouTube. You'll actually see the inside the park home run because he could fly.
Yeah,
he had speed.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, towards the end he'll slow down a little bit, but he still was a presence. Like I said, he was still a marketing draw. So we talked about MJ before, you know, being a guy who can just sell tickets. Dion can do the same. So I always liked the guy. It's pretty cool. So, all right. So Obi, I believe it's yours. We have 2 baseball ones left.
I guess I'll take a baseball one.
Okay. Good choice there. So Hideo Nolo took the MLB by storm with the Dodgers in the mid-90s. After being out of baseball in 06 and 07, he pitched 3 games for this team in 08, ending his career and ironically prolonging his entrance into the Hall of Fame in the process. Can you say what team he pitched for?
I'm not even going to take a guess of the teams. No, I'm going to just pass this right to Rob.
You're just going to, but it is definitely a team. You can say that, right?
It's a team that has pitchers.
Yes, and hitters, and a stadium.
He pitched 3 games for this team, but
yes.
I'm not going to tell you which team it is out of respect.
Okay.
I'll guess, was it the New York Mets?
No, it was no. Actually, he did play for the Mets.
Yeah, I knew he played for the Mets.
But when it comes down to it, you know, always just assuming the Mets that way or the Yankees. No, he played 3 games for the Kansas City Royals.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he posted an 18.69 ERA. Yeah, giving up 3 home runs and 10 hits in 4 1/3, and that was the end of that.
4 in the 3rd inning, 3 games. 4 in the 3rd inning in 3 games.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 games he finished, so he was at that point complete mop-up, which is kind of sad when you think about it.
Like I said, out of respect to him, I didn't want to answer the question.
That's fair. Can you say what the other teams were, though? You did get the Mets, obviously the Dodgers you mentioned.
What other teams he was on besides the Mets and the Dodgers?
I feel like somebody recently just told me he was on the Phillies.
He was not on the Phillies.
Somebody was talking about him recently. And
We covered this in like an episode like a couple weeks ago. In my head, I'm like, he gave us this question. Like I remember Scott saying, "Oh, that'd be a great trivia question." And I'm like, I'm going to get it wrong again.
I'm like, somebody, I know I've just had this guy's name on my.
We've mentioned the teams today.
Wow. What teams haven't we mentioned?
Was it the Marlins or the Braves?
It was neither.
Neither? Okay, I'm not completely out then.
Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
Milwaukee.
What's it? Yes.
Milwaukee? Okay.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Boston.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
By the way, if you ever listen to that song all the way through, there are some really weird lyrics to that song.
That's probably the same way I feel about Sweet Caroline. So that's another. If anybody's ever heard me at a sporting event when it comes on, I lose my mind. I hate that song.
It's been a little overplayed, I got to say. I mean, I understand it was good for a while, but they play it at every Boston game. And it gets old.
Do your research on who the song's about.
It's about some underage kid or something like that.
Yes, it's about Caroline Kennedy. And like he did an interview and it was like, he was like, I was holed up in a hotel room somewhere. I'm like, bro, just stop talking. You're like a 30-year-old man talking about writing a song about an 11-year-old girl that's not your daughter.
Weird. But see, it's funny because then you have a song like Sting, Every Breath You Take. That song is played at so many weddings. That is so many first dance songs. And Sting is like, why? You realize this is about stalking, right? So it's funny because you hear these songs, you're like, oh my God, this is weird. But anyway, Nomo also played half a season with the Tampa Bay Rays as well, or Devil Rays back then. So, but okay, so we have one question left. I do not remember at this point who was supposed to get the question.
I think it was me. Nobody
Okay,
just picked the last
sure,
one.
why not? Yes, I'm aware he's not a Hall of Famer, but I'm okay with this. Dwight Gooden pitched for 2 National League teams. Name them.
The Mets.
Obviously.
And I don't know the second one. That is this way. Like this is probably like the best final question we could have ended up with. I'll say the Padres.
Obi, you want to take a shot at it?
Do the Miami Marlins exist yet? Because he wants to be in Miami.
They did, but no, he played for a different Florida team in that season.
The Devil Rays.
No, but he played for the Devil Rays, yes. But we're looking for a National League team in 2000.
A National League team in Florida?
No.
I was going to say you could. Yeah, I was like, wait, there's only one National League team in Florida.
No. He played for Tampa, yes.
Oh,
but I'm not talking about Tampa. But it is the same season. It was the 2000 season.
No clue.
The Houston Astros.
That you want to know? That was before I said Padres. That was the other one I was gonna guess, and I'm like, I'll go with the Padres.
That's why I was mentioning 2000 because they were still a National League team at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he pitched one single game, 4 innings, 4 runs, 9 ERA. He was released. He went to Tampa. He played 8 games, posted a 6.63, and then released. Went to the Yankees, got his 3rd ring. Pitched to 336 ERA, which you know what, respectable for that point, and won his 3rd World Series ring by playing for his 3rd team that season, and then retired after that. So and
he made the victory parade for that one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah, he made it for 2 out of 3. Not bad.
Again, so Obi, you got 2.
Yeah.
Rob, you got more.
Yeah. I feel like a winner.
He got 9.
9, yeah. So
yeah, nicely done.
Before that, had I been asked those questions, it wouldn't matter.
By the way, just for the record, the reason I do it this way is that I don't have to be the one trying to answer. You know, I like playing this side of it because it takes the pressure off of me to epically fail, which I probably would. Having said that, I'm pretty sure you're going to turn this around on me at some point, and you're going to look at it and Hakeem Olajuwon was born in what city and how many points did he score in his senior year on his 13th game?
Wait. Are you saying that Rob got 9 points?
Yeah.
Basically, Rob went 1,000 because either he got his question right or my question right.
There were some questions that neither one of you got. Now, I don't have it in this case, you know, if it was a steal or anything like that. I just put the names down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yeah. So it's 9.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So,
that's impressive.
I'm like, half the time I'm like, how do I know like, I'll be honest, some of them are like guesses or it's just like random knowledge that's in my like random sports knowledge that I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember this from somewhere.
You know,
no, I like the 1963 Gil Hodges answer. I should have gotten that one. That should have.
It was funny because, all right, well, throw this out there as well, just for the heck of it. Like I said, they had a habit of pulling former New York players, you know, on the Mets for credibility. In 1964, do you know who played for the Mets that previously played for a New York team?
Yogi Berra?
He won, you know, he has rings from it.
Was it Yogi Berra?
Yeah. Yogi Berra played, I think, 4 or 8 games. I forget which one it was. But he did so as well. And eventually they had Willie Mays at the end of his career. But that was a little bit further on at that point. But, yeah, they're trying to get whatever credibility they can do. And, yeah, Gil Hodges initially, you know, Duke Snyder as well. Like I said, who ironically finished his career with San Francisco, which is bizarre. It's kind of like Randy Johnson when he finished his career in San Francisco. You know, it doesn't seem right. Or I think what Greg Maddux. Did Greg Maddux finish in San Diego? He played for San Diego.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure because didn't he start with the Cubs? I know that's the thing. Like he started with the Cubs and he went to Atlanta for obviously dominance.
Back to the Cubs, to the Dodgers, to San Diego. I think was his trip in this case. Let me try something. We got about 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left. So I'm going to see what we can do here. Just talking about people that bounce from one team to another. Can you give me, between you is fine, all the teams Ricky Henderson played for?
The Mets, Oakland, the Yankees, for sure.
Yes.
The Blue Jays?
4.
Where did he get the frostbite? Was that with the Mets?
I don't remember. We covered the Mets because he was playing poker. He was playing cards with Bobby Bonilla when they lost in '99.
I feel like he was on a Florida team.
He is not on a Florida team.
No, okay.
I will say this about Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson was the only professional athlete that ever responded to me yelling at him from the stands.
Really?
Yes. And we were complimenting him. Me and some folks from our hometown in the outfield, and he turned around and laughed at us because we were left-handed complimenting him. So this, you know.
That's cool. That's the best I ever had with something like that. I waited 20 minutes out in a frozen parking lot in March to have Keith Hernandez sign something. And I also saluted Nick Swisher when he was with the Yankees. There was a commercial that was done, which I never saw the commercial. I don't know whatever happened to it. But we were at Staten Island Yankee Stadium, and he and I were just saluting each other. It was really pretty cool for a 34-year-old guy. And I was like, all right, cool. But, all right, so you guys had Oakland, Yankees, and the Mets. I think you had those.
He also played for San Diego?
Yes, he did. 3 seasons. Around the mid-'90s. Yes. So, and then after that, he went full there was a lot of journeymen, 1 year each. We have 5 teams left, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
Journey, I feel like he was chasing championships. So I'm going to say like the Red Sox.
Yes, Red Sox for 1 season, correct. He won a World Series as a journeyman also.
Okay. Did we say Atlanta yet?
No, we did not, but no, it's not on there. So should I give you the order on this?
Yeah.
Did he play for the Dodgers?
He did. He ended his career with the Dodgers.
Wait, is he the first? And I'm gonna the Angels, because I think he played for every. He didn't play for the Giants, but he played for every other. I think California team.
You were missing one team in 1993.
Oh man,
The Expos.
Nope, close though.
The Blue Jays.
Well, I said the Blue Jays earlier. I said the Blue Jays after Obi. Yes, that was the Obi
I'm
ran
sorry
off the
about that.
first three, and I said the Blue Jays.
All right, my bad. I misheard that. So yeah, 14 seasons with Oakland, 5 with the Yankees, 3 with the Padres, 2 with the Mets, and then 1 each with Boston, LA, Anaheim, also LA, I guess, Seattle. I don't think we mentioned Seattle though.
No, I didn't know.
And Toronto. Yeah, he played in Seattle, where he saw a player wearing a helmet in the field, and he said, I played on the Mets when a guy used to wear a helmet in the field. He's like, John Olerud was like, yeah, that was me. We played together. Oh, okay. John Olerud, who I still to this day stand by my belief that he should be in the Hall of Fame for his numbers, but he will never get in, and I've just accepted that for what it is.
He's not in?
No, he's not.
Wow,
17 seasons and a great career, ton of Gold Gloves, and just nothing. No.
Wow, that's
I think
crazy.
I think it's a crock. I really do. I'm not even sure if he's ever on the ballot.
That's insane, because he was a good hitter too, like Gold Glove defensive player and a solid hitter. Like that's, I thought he was in for sure.
No, he wasn't. 3-time Gold Glover, 295 career average, averaged 18 home runs and 89 RBIs, and then his fielding, career 995 fielding percentage.
How is he not? Like, that's blasphemous. If you tell me like Wally Joyner's in and he's not, I'm gonna like lose. Like,
yeah, that was, like I said, that's what his numbers were. 17 seasons too.
2011, he was on the ballot. He was listed on 4 of the 581 ballots that were cast that year. And if you think about it, right, and this is a guy, if he retires with the same stats 2 years later, he's going to get in, because 2012, 2013, they start going like, well, he's not on steroids, give him extra votes.
Yeah, I'm amazed that he hasn't like backdoored his way in the last couple of years or something with that. Like that's
he was too low on once you get that low on 2011, he's out. He's going to be too low to stay on. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he retires a few years later, if he held on with Boston for another year or two.
But yeah, to me it's a crime. Toronto, where he won 2 rings, the Mets for 3 seasons, then Seattle for 4 or 5 seasons, 4 seasons didn't change, and traded to the Yankees, and then ended up with Boston for the last part of his career. So, yeah, I would have loved to have seen him get in. I think he deserved it, and what a shame. Anyway, we got to wrap this up because we are already an hour in at this point. We've got about 2 minutes left, so I want to close out on this. This show is also available, as always, on Spanglish Sports Den on Facebook and also SSW Sports Den. It's available on 35 plus different platforms across 4 different continents. For myself, Mr. Obi Spencer, Mr. Rob Stats, do you gentlemen have any other any thoughts, comments, or ideas?
I'll give my plug.
Please.
We got Me, My Scotch, and I this Friday night, 10 p.m. with fantasy football stud Tyler Bucher. Come watch fantasy football.
Very cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, check that out here on Zingo TV, channel 250 and 249, I think too. So good on you. What are you guys drinking? Do you know yet?
No. I decide that usually after the shows when I look at my cabinet, get their cabinet, see if we have everything in line. If not, make some purchases.
All right.
I've been trying to help Obi find the Raven Claw stuff, or what's it called from Anchorman. We found a place in New York, but it doesn't deliver to New Jersey. It won't deliver out of state.
The only place I can find that has it, and I have a place down here that has like everything. They don't have it in New Jersey. They have it in their Newark, Delaware store, which is usually close enough, but not that. It's a limited run though. That's probably why.
Well, you're not that far from Delaware though.
No, I go there all the time. I will go there if that's the only place they have it without much ado. Like, hey,
admit it. You want to go to Delaware because that is a happening place, man.
We're in Delaware.
So, all right, we got to call it on this one. Thanks again for tuning in. You guys, thank you for doing trivia. Like I said, I've missed doing trivia. I had a lot of fun looking this stuff up and trying to come up with answers on this. But like I said, as always, it's available. Find us on Twitter, SSW Sports Den, and also at Spanglish Sports Den on Facebook. For myself, I'm Scott Churchson, Mr. Obi Spencer, and Mr. Rob Stats. Have yourselves a great night, and together